Yeah. Episode 112. Room 112, where the players 12. Pete.
Yo.
Making sure you ready. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Welcome to the Porch Podcast. Welcome to the Porch Podcast. It's your boy, DJ E, Mr. Influential, and I'm rocking with my brother, Man.
P original, baby. I'm back.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do that. Shit, I don't know what I was just doing. There's a lot going on, man. I was pushing all types of extra shit. You know what I mean? Look at that. There's his Instagram at the bottom. Right. Okay. All right. There's one of mine's there. Okay. All right. Let's get that. And this is for the page right here. Just clap it up. Clap it up. And this is episode 112, room 112, where the players dwell.
Well, I knew it was coming, baby. Yeah. I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Hey, man, welcome. We ain't gonna play no games. We're gonna get right on into this, man.
Get right to it.
Right on into this joint, man. Well, the Super Bowl has come and gone. Super Bowl is come and gone. It's come and gone. It didn't end the way that I would have liked my beloved Birds to end as champions of the Super Bowl, but nonetheless, nothing to hang my head over.
Right.
You know?
And we still gonna do this. Gotta clap it up for them. For a magical season. Very magical.
It's been different, man. So, few things. One thing, man, is first and foremost, once again, I want to congratulate the Kansas City Chiefs and all of their fans.
I know about one of them.
Right. And you know one more than I do.
No. I know two.
Okay, I know two.
Yeah.
Because if you know two, I know two. So we're gonna do that. You know what I mean? So shout out, man, Uncle Floyd not here. I'm gonna shout y'all out because y'all true Kansas City Chief fans.
Oh, that's four then. I know four. I forgot they was those fans. I know four. Okay, Uncle Floyd not Terry.
Right.
My man Hector used to work with me. He's a real Kansas City fan. And and my man Tank, and you know what I mean? Tank a Kansas City fan. I clap it up for them four right there. I know there's real Kansas City fans.
Congratulations to y'all brothers, man, and the one sister or auntie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So halftime performance. Let's go there first before we dive into some of these other things dealing with the Super Bowl.
Put it up. Yeah, I loved it. I don't care what nobody talking about. Oh, she was dry. She's pregnant.
Wow, that's what you heard?
What?
You was hearing some of the stuff that it was dry?
A lot of people. Yeah, right on.
I heard some negative things. I
heard all negative things.
I was trying, man. I was trying to like deflect as much as I possibly can. But I did hear that, there was quite a few people who, I think when somebody's anticipated as highly as it was this particular performance after being, 7 years, there's a level of expectation that you have, right? Mm-hmm. And remember that we talked about this before. Mind you, it's rare, if ever, you see a up-and-coming artist, headline the Super Bowl. So the expectation of that person being there and performing well, whether it's 7 years, a year, 2, 3 years of a hiatus, if they look at it that way, that's a pretty big, tall, task to take care of. Rihanna had a baby, which is literally a life-changing experience. She's also, like you just said, with child now, which is a whole different experience. Mm-hmm. I think that we live in a world right now where we are so critical.
Always.
We're so critical, man.
Yeah, always.
We wonder why things can't get better across the board. And so, oh, man, why can't we seem to do better? We're critical, man. We will ridicule each other. We will tear each other down. If we don't feel like, what's taking place, isn't up to our standard, oh, man, we will ridicule a person. And it's a shame because as talented as she is, and I think the performance was great.
Right.
Personally,
Right. Me too.
the overall whole aspect of tearing down, man, that we got to do better, man. We
Well,
got to do better in that department.
well, you know what, P? You're right, but it's expected, especially for a billionaire. Um, you know what I mean? People was entitled to their opinion, but
Right?
the one thing that did happen after that, her streams went up by 650%. Her music that was being streamed went up by 650%. Her
Mm-hmm.
Google searches for her Fenty brand went up by 833%, and she gained 2.5 million more Instagram followers. So we're going to clap it up for that. So, and nobody, she really doesn't care what a person feels.
Nah, she's earned that. She's earned that right and the ability to be able, like, when I leave the stage, I'm still
Right,
wealthy,
right.
very wealthy.
That's
But
yeah.
but I'm quite sure, even from a monetary perspective, as great as it is to be financially comfortable,
Right,
I believe that all of us, man, who believe that we possess a special talent and the ability, it's not that we care to the point where, if we don't meet their approval, we'll quit, give up, and stop doing it. But I think that we all do have a standard, right? Even for
right.
ourselves that we want to uphold.
Hmm.
You know, I'm quite sure she was just as curious to find out what people felt about her performance
Right.
as people were to see it.
Hmm.
And I believe that it was an uphill situation anyway, because for the reasons that people talked about it, those were conversations before she even stepped on the stage to perform.
Strip clubs and
And
dollar bills still got my money. That's all I said
yeah,
the next day. That's all I was saying. But man, I had my money. I was man.
y'all
Look,
know, man.
that's what
Y'all
I
know it,
did.
man.
That's what
Y'all
I was
know it,
doing.
man.
All I
Y'all
did the
know
next
it.
day, I was at work. I said, "Yo, you took care of that?" Yeah. They said, "What?" I said, "Strip clubs and dollar bills still got my money." Right. That's all I was on with, man. That's all I was going with.
Y'all, y'all know him, man. Y'all know him. Y'all know how he gonna do. So that's my whole take on that situation. Is I think a lot of those opinions was already in the chamber, man. It was just a matter of her actually going out there and performing. I don't think any of those. All right, so all right, let's do this. If she went out there and looked like the Rihanna that she was before she had the baby, would people have said it?
Yeah, they would. I think they would.
I don't know.
I
I
think
don't
they.
know.
I think really what it is this. It's everything. Everything is a perception, and what actually happened is people tend to forget sometimes that artists are artists, right? So
Right.
she's been kind of they first of all anybody that's performing at the Super Bowl is going to be anticipated regardless especially if they ain't been there for 7 years, right? However,
Mm-hmm.
she's already been catching some type of heat because when she came out with the song "Lift Me Up" for the Black Panther 2 soundtrack, you
Right.
know, people
Right.
was looking for Mr. DJ come from the replay. They was looking for something to dance to, and she
Yeah.
sung to it. And everybody like, man, we waited all this time for this song, not understanding that energy is something that's never going to die. You know what I mean? Whether it's high, whether it's flat, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
right spot on where you want it to be, right?
Right.
So
Right.
with the energy of that song when she sung that song, we gotta all remember when Wakanda Forever was coming out. Soon as you think of Black Panther and you think of Wakanda, you're gonna think of Chadwick. So
Right.
that song basically is just putting you in a mind state like, man, I miss him. I wish he was here. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
I
certain
do.
moments, certain tributes and things of nature, you wanted to make people remember the energy of what a person was, but it's got to have that same level of miss, or I'm not gonna say sadness, but it is a form of sadness. It's like a beautiful sadness, if that makes any sense. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh yeah,
So
you wanted to feel like a tribute.
right, so a lot of people was already mad at that, and then you look. Rihanna's never been the biggest dancer. Number one, okay, let's keep that right there. Number two, if you look at the belly, she ain't just get pregnant yesterday, right? Let's clap it up for that. She didn't just get pregnant yesterday. She been pregnant for a little while, right?
Right.
Because to tell how that ball was sitting there.
Right.
So if she wasn't pregnant, she probably would have been half butt naked on stage. That was her style. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because let's be
Right.
honest, sex
Right.
sells. That's how it was.
Right.
So she came out there with the Missy Elliott suit, right? And I'm sure everybody was like, "What's this she got on?" But then when she showed you, she was only gonna move but so much. You know what I mean?
Right.
So who was dry? The dancers? And she's
Well,
tired. She's sleepy.
it's funny.
All the
Well,
mothers out there know how it feel. You go through different mood swings and things of that nature when you're pregnant. Let's be honest. Now, I'm not giving her excuses. It's
Right.
facts. Still may lead to the fact of, yes, that you may feel like that performance was dry or whatever. And I'm not taking that opinion from nobody. It is what it is. But due to all circumstances, she could. And she really wasn't worried about a check. Let's just keep it real. She already has the bank. She's not worried about a check. Let's go ahead and clap it up for that.
yeah. I mean, I think I'm more, and it's going to kind of segue into something else. But
Right, Coco. That was her special guest. Right.
right. Well, two things. One thing is one of the background dancers actually went to the same dance school as Link and and Pumpkin.
Right.
Actually, yeah,
Let's clap it
one
up.
of
That's
shout
local.
out, yeah, shout out to the brother Jordan.
Yeah.
Spent some time around him. Good guy, man. Good young
Mm-hmm.
brother. We left and went to California, and like I said, he's Super Bowl out there, dancing. But anyway, um, another thing about that situation with Rihanna before we move on from that is like the piece I was saying earlier about the critical side of things, right?
Right.
All right, nobody's ashamed of anything that they were 7 years ago. I don't care.
Right.
No, no one. Rihanna could have had no children,
Right.
none, and she would not have been the same Rihanna from 7 years ago.
Especially
What?
taking a 7 year break. Especially
just
taking a
wouldn't have.
7 year break. Yeah, if it's a
Yeah,
7 year
no,
break.
nobody's ashamed. I don't care if you do it every day.
Yeah,
7 years from now,
but of course, you can't be the same. But you can be better. You can be better, or you could be, a little under. Like saying that because LeBron is better than he was 7 years ago. So I'm saying it that way because he didn't average 30 7 years ago. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. So regardless of what you're saying, the truth of what you're saying is the truth that nobody's the same, but they don't necessarily mean that they're going to be a lower grade of what they were either, though.
right? So
Doesn't
I'm not
necessarily
saying that
mean that.
So I'm not saying that they will be reduced. What I'm saying,
Nah, they're not going to be exactly the same. No, absolutely not.
not even. What I'm saying is this though. What I'm saying is that the expectation of people for anyone 7 years later is something that's wedged into their mind, right? If you don't see somebody for 7 years, the only memory you have is the last memory you had.
Right.
Even if they're of equal, even if they equal, say they took no decline, none, it's going to look like it's different because of the time, not because of the standard or the ability to do it. So what I'm saying is we will ridicule people. We will tear them down. We will say that they are not doing something at a high caliber because we don't know what they've been doing, right? Like you made a statement about, in your opinion, that LeBron is better now than he was 7 years ago. You may ask LeBron, and LeBron may say, "Nah, I'm not better now than I was 7 years ago." And you couldn't argue with him because it's him, right? But what I'm saying is the expectation, right? Now you did it off of the numbers you were saying, like he went.
Now I ain't do it off the numbers. I did do it off of a report that I seen of him, but I know what you're saying at the same time.
So could be because in most cases in life we all take declines,
Right.
right? Like I said, I think that we are so picky. We're so opinionated. What you can have whatever opinion you want, but we're so opinionated. But since we're on a halftime show for half a second, I want to acknowledge two brothers that was there. That was Trenton's very own brother named Adam Blackstone.
Clap it up for
Right,
Adam
want to
Blackstone.
acknowledge him.
He's there all the time. He was there last year too with Dr. Dre and them.
That's excellent. You know what I mean? So he plays a big part in that concept of the Super Bowl halftime the last 2 years.
Tony Jackson.
And Tony Jackson. So we want to acknowledge these guys because they're our guys, right? They're our local guys. We started off talking about Rihanna and talking about the expectations of what we expect from certain artists. But how about two brothers, like you said, that's been in that industry, that's from our own guys that's been doing it at a high level for quite some time. So shout out to those brothers. You know, people had it seemed like most of the things I seen on Facebook or any kind of Instagram were all positive things about those guys, and I'm glad that that's what took place with them. You know, so I wanted to make sure I said that. But as far as the whole situation of people being critical, one of the things I kind of wanted to segue into, as a matter of fact, before we do that, since we're talking about it, and let's just go ahead and let it be known. If you guys are ever in the business or ever in the place where you need some, kind of party or event planned to take care of whatever that special thing is for you, we got a company that could take care of all the event planning needs. Check them out. Listen, whether it's your first or your 50th birthday, that 25 years of service, if not more, retirement party, or the day that you and the love of your life share vows to become one. Let Front and Center Events take care of all of your event planning needs. Sit back, put your feet up, and enjoy the show, where they truly keep you at the front and center of it all. Make sure to check out their Facebook and Instagram pages at FNC Events. Head on over today and get that party booked. Back to the show. Absolutely, absolutely. Front and Center Events.
Front and center events. Yeah.
So one of the things I said I wanted to segue into that, man, since we were talking about how, people can be critical, right? And they can tear things down. And I know I'm quite sure there'll be a backlash from this, what I'm about to say now. I'm comfortable with it. Like you said, we all have opinions.
Uh
What I encountered, right? And I had a few different conversations. Not gonna call them debates because I don't think that you really can debate on social media. Because at any point you can just delete a person's comment and it's really never even existed. So I'm not going to call it a debate, right? I'm going to say that one of the things that I noticed more than anything else was how many people celebrated, when the Eagles lost, right? Regardless of whoever their team was, whether they were Kansas City Chiefs fans, which, like you said, we know a total of four, you know, or whether or not they were other teams' fans who were just cheering and rooting for the Eagles to lose. Now, before we get into a situation where I know some people going to say, P, man, don't be sensitive about some of these things. People talk they junk. Eagle fans talk junk. Other teams fans talk junk. And you just got caught up in the crossfire of that situation. Let me say this to you. Learn to read the room. It's not about a person being sensitive. Everybody just don't play. Everybody just don't entertain that. It's just not what they do. I'm saying that because people will come around and they will say things like that. Like I was the type of kid, I didn't play fight when I was coming up. I didn't shadow box. I didn't do those things because of the fact that I believe there's certain things in life that you just don't play with. You could cheer for who you want to cheer with. My brother actually said to me, and his analogy was based on being in war. When you against your enemy and you want your enemy to either surrender or be destroyed and or whatever the case would be like that. I'm like, brother, we talking about the Super Bowl. We ain't talking about the war. But it's just funny. Like, remember, man, at the end of the day, it's a game, right? And you can talk however you want to talk to those who participate in that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But read a room, right? Just read a room. Like, I had and I'm gonna say this, I had a Super Bowl party
Right.
this past weekend, and I actually, and being a person that lives in their truth, I like to be able to keep it 100. Actually, got a couple people that I need to say sorry to or I apologize to. It's not going to be, they're not on social media, but I'll talk to them directly. And I actually had this conversation with my wife. Um, sometimes energy, like you said, emotion
Already,
is,
I wasn't even
is
there and already know what it looked like.
yeah, because
Let me stop laughing, man. You trying to be serious right now, man. Let me say
Nah.
you so serious.
like you say, emotion, which ain't nothing but energy and motion. I had some people that were over my home for the first time, and they probably saw me differently because I allowed myself momentarily to subscribe to something that I didn't have to, and if I'm going to be a person that's on here living in their truth, and I'm gonna be 100, and I'm gonna tell people to not allow their emotions to dictate their actions, or I'm gonna be on here telling people that You got to be able to read the room. I read the room later, right? But it was me responding. And even though it may be to some people, oh, it was just harmless fun, it's really not. Because it's really not my nature. It's not my character. So to those people, when I see them, I will apologize to them. Not because I think that they felt offended because they didn't say anything, but I'll apologize to them because they saw me in a way that they had never saw me before.
Now let me say this. You
What's
got
that?
that. You got that off your chest and everything.
Absolutely.
Everybody in the world wants y'all to know I'm the play guy. Just watch the show. Just watch the show. Right? I'm the play guy. I'm the one you can play hard with all the time. Don't care. Ain't worried about nothing. Don't let nothing stick. P, he just told you. He didn't play fight. I play for. You know what I mean? He ain't shadow box. Junior 3, we all shadow box. That's just how it was. But P, you listen. You listen. My team lose. You can come at my neck because I'm gonna tell you anyway. I wasn't on the field. Just the team I was rooting for was on the field, right? But I just want to say this to just lighten up the mood. Because we gonna move past the sports and everything. Shout out to Patrick Mahomes. I'm gonna give him that MVP of the Super Bowl. You know, Pat done been to 3 of the last 4. He's 2-1. Again, he's 2-1. That one came from the great Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the GOAT Tom Brady. The Kansas City didn't even score a touchdown. I'm gonna remember that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just listening. I'm not picking fun of nobody.
No, no,
I'm
no,
just
no,
stating
no.
the truth.
I'm glad you said it, E, because I was going to say that. Like me, it was all overshadowed.
Yeah. You know what I
That whole
mean?
situation was overshadowed, bro, because of the other stuff that I was telling you about.
Right. So
That's the thing, man.
that's the truth of what it is. I honestly believe in my heart, before we move on, that was one of the best Super Bowls in a long time. You had 2 great quarterbacks. Again, it's February, Black History Month. For the first time, 2 African American quarterbacks faced each other, and both of them guys, I repeat, both of them guys played top tier football. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go into the fact, Jalen had the fumble, Patrick Mahomes got hurt. No, listen. Jalen Hurts was credited for a total of 4 touchdowns. He ran for 3 and threw 1. You see what I'm saying? And just sit back and think about it. You know, that's stuff that's unheard of. It's a game that really was exciting from beginning to end. You know, but now that we got that out the way, man, listen, man, this your boys from the Porch Podcast, episode Room 112, where the players dwell. And let's not forget, it's Love Day, man. That's Love Day. Let's clap it up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know, hey, I'm liable to break out and bust out to sing any love song. Oh, I wanna make love to you. Hey, this right here's a penny. You know how it go. You know how it is. That's what it is, man. But
Boy, E, I thank God for you, man.
you gotta thank God for me, brother.
Nah.
I'm the feel good dude. I'm the I'm the feel good.
Not only that, E, you
Right.
have always been on that short list
Of what?
keeping me together.
That's it, bro. I'm telling you. Listen, because you was getting ready. You weren't, but you. It's still in your heart. It's still on your mind. That's why I just say, you know what? Gotta let him have his moment. Gotta let him have his moment. You got to. But we're not gonna stay there. We're not gonna stay there because everybody look at that like, hey, what's, you know, P.
I know. I'm the motivational dude.
Listen, we both motivational. I'm just gonna bring it here though. I'm gonna do like this. We're gonna do the recap of the first 24 minutes. You went from we got to stop tearing each other down.
Yeah.
Listen,
That's
this
part
is
of it.
not
That's part
it.
of it.
And then you came right back with the, you know what I mean? Because I ain't the one to play with. I ain't the playful guy. You know?
Hey, man, I was getting statements. All right, let me ask you something. It's funny though. It's funny. You know how they got the. You know how we talk about some of the statements and this little slangs and things that people say, right? You know,
Right.
people leaving stuff with my. Oh, he big mad. Like, first off, I'm grown. I don't get big mad, small mad, tiny mad, a little mad, and none of that kind of stuff. I don't. You know what I'm saying? You know, first off, I'm a human. Dogs
Yeah.
get mad. People get angry. And
Yeah.
it's a different situation. I wasn't neither one of them.
See,
But it was just funny. It was
that's
just
because
funny
you understand you understand the complexity of words, like they said on that Nas album. You know
But
what I
you know,
mean?
there's something. Shout out. Word is mine. Shout out to Saladin. Shout out to Saladin. Saladin. Hey, the brother said something, and he got me back on zero, and it was
I
great.
seen it.
Saladin, when he said, you know what it is, bro. Basically, you got caught up in the fire. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Of how
right.
that, and that's why my statement was read the room.
But here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing. Let me tell you what it is too.
You're right.
Because I'm gonna come from the other. I'm gonna come from the other perspective, and I want everybody to pay attention. And this is the lessons we did. You got to think about the people. Like I'm gonna put myself play not devil's advocate. I'm just gonna play the other side for a second. I don't like to say I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I don't
Just
want to
play
be played
advocate.
as a devil.
Just play
Yeah,
advocate.
yeah.
Just play
There we
advocate.
go. Right.
Minus the devil.
So all season, bro, win or lose, you've been dropping your videos. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and you got the shades on. You got it. They was looking for P with the shades. That's what they was looking for. They
Right.
was really looking for P with the shades, bro. You know what I mean? You
And
know,
I made 2 videos. Just never put them out.
right? But this is what I'm saying. You put them out. All the other ones got put out.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. So people might look at it and say, "Damn, what happened to P with the shades over there?" You know what I mean? Is he in Phoenix? You know what I mean? Like, you know,
Right.
that's
Nah,
just
I
what
get
it is. And then, you know, when people make the statement, most hated, you know, I think Killer put up, I love being a fan of the most hated team in the league. And nah, it's where we at, man. We got to realize the reason why this whole situation was so powerful and so big this time is because basically our local team, we have several. I'm not just going to take away
No doubt. No,
the Giants, you know what I mean, the Jets, you know what I mean,
Bunch of 'em.
Eagles,
Bunch
all
of
of them
'em.
there. But you got a lot of these fans here, so these fans that are here, their mind frame of you're going to see it heavier. I don't deal with none of this type of stuff being a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan.
Right.
I really don't. Like don't nobody really mess with me and Tone, man, like that on social media, man.
And Wallow 267. Yeah, y'all 3. That's
Yeah. Nah, when Wallow put up, shout out to Kansas City Chiefs, I've been down with y'all since Christian Okoye. That was funny, man. I knew it was coming.
Patrick Mahomes. Yeah.
Yeah. So my point is, that's why y'all gonna feel it and y'all gonna hear it more, you know. But a couple things I don't argue much. You'll get a conversation out of me with sports, but you know me, man. I don't argue. I don't debate. I should use people's. I don't debate religion. I look at it. I'm using religion with sports because everything is a belief. Everybody believes that their favorite team is the best team. You see what I'm saying? And in order for religion to work, you have to have that belief that what you're believing in, your faith is in, you believe in it. You know what I mean? So it's some things that I've learned a long time ago. If I'm stepping into that room, then I know what's going to come. You know what I mean? You know, it's and a lot of things too, bruh, deals with what we not just the fact that what we was as kids, but what we done or what we do for a living. You know what I mean? Like, I've always been that guy that has to find the humor in the situation for it to be my fuel. Whereas with you, you're gonna look at the positive nature of it because you're like, this is what either you're gonna look at the positive nature of it or you're gonna look at the I don't play, let's fight mode on the other side. I'm always that funny guy right in the middle, like, you know, that's just laughing at everything. You know what I mean? And you know, and like I told everybody, like my issue is I play too much sometimes. You know.
Yeah. But the thing about the playing part, like you said, bro, like, and here's the thing, right? Because I keep going back to the whole read the room situation. You know how to read a room, though. You don't go in every room and be the same way. Like, you can know when you're in a certain environment and you understand it, right?
Right.
And you understand how, like, all right, this ain't the time for me to interject that.
Right.
This ain't the time for me. You know what I mean? So with me, even with the videos and stuff like that, I never would ever talk down about a person's team. I never would do those things.
But where they messed up at your crib, you didn't have the shades on in the crib. That's what I'm saying. That's what.
Right. Gotta read the room. I didn't
gotta read the room. I'd have been like, no, they saying it. I'm listening. They thought I was being serious, and I would have took it. because I don't want you to mess up the situation. Now he don't feel like playing right now. Nah, man, he been playing the whole season. Listen, he don't feel like playing right now.
But the corny. But see, what I said was corny, right? Let's just take it where I took it. What I said was corny is the hate, right? And what I call hate, you may not call it hate, right? But what I call hate was this: if you wake up in the morning and your team ain't in it, has nothing to do with nothing that's going on,
right?
But you in support, you can support who you want. I mean, you cheering, you rooting, whatever, for another team to be the different team because you have a hatred for them. That's hate. That's the way I looked at it. That's how I presented it. So some people had different arguments.
I might have did that if the Cowboys was in there though, bro. You know.
See, I wouldn't have done that because I'm just saying. Because here's my thing, right? For me to hate, there has to be a benefit. If I'm looking at it from that perspective, if the benefit is you losing, how did I capitalize off of that?
Well, you're right.
Anything.
Let's just be honest.
That's why I said what I said. That part is corny to me.
In my opinion, I believe it was so heavy because again, we was a local team. However, I do believe if anybody can say that their team was the most hated team, I gotta say mine, because most people hate Tom Brady and whatever team he's playing for at the time. I got to work. Well, I'm so glad Brady lost, man. I just want to see somebody else.
That was a hater.
Bro, I heard it like 8-9 times though. But I'm like, hey man, it is what it is, man. Guess what? I don't get paid $1 for no snap. See, and then every time I talk like that, guess what people say to me? You coming? You coming with the brother man talk? You know that's like iPhone. You can go away from sports. What team is you? Team iPhone or Team Android? Whichever one I got that's ringing. I don't give a damn, man. Neither one. Listen, Samsung has never sent me a check.
Right.
Neither has Steve Jobs and them boys, man. They ain't never sent me no check.
Like if you got an iPhone and it stopped working, and everybody around you got Androids, you be like, "See, it's that iPhone."
Yeah.
Your phone, you looking like, what are you talking about, fam? Like, why would you?
It don't matter.
I'll be coming like that ain't the same. That's
right.
What is that? Like,
but I'm saying, but you know, I take that because I know they playing, but you're not the play guy.
No, because if it was them and it was their phone, guess what? I'm not going.
Nah, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say is that your phone broke.
Right,
yo, you need to go to the store or something.
I'm that guy.
Yeah, I'm that guy too.
So like, read me that way. Don't like if a person walked in your house, you was having to get together, right? And they walk in your house, whether it's a Super Bowl or whatever. Say it is a Super Bowl, and they come in there and the Bucks is playing, the New England Patriots,
right?
And the Joker come in there and they're a New York Giants fan.
Right.
Oh, let's go Patriots. Mm-hmm. You gonna laugh it off, be like, yeah, all right, you coming in here like that. But there's a part of you that's almost like, yo, you got dressed, got in your car and drove over here to say, let's go Patriots. Like,
nah, not really with me. Like I said, I'm telling you.
I mean, and you may be different because like that may be something to you that you are comfortable with. It's not even about legitimizing.
You gotta have a certain level of not giving a fuck about a lot when you shut off water for a living for a long time, P. I'm just telling you the truth.
No,
so
I appreciate it. That's true.
So
that's true.
when you're a person that receives that type of scrutiny every day,
right.
when you was that to get your check, you kind of get numb to that type. I'm telling you, bro. You know how many times I done pulled up at the house? So you ain't got nothing else better to do, huh? Fam, you think I really wanted to come to work today? I don't even say nothing. They just talk. He ain't got nothing else better to do. He out here. He doing whatever the white man tell him. Bruh, I don't. I mean, one time, dude going on, swear to spine, man, I should smack the shit out of you. And I'm just sitting there doing what I'm doing. Lady said, young man, you all right? I said, ma'am, I'm fine. He's talking to himself on the porch. I don't know. He's not talking to me. He's talking to himself when he can say whatever he wants. If he comes off the porch and touch me, it's a different story. Just like right now, I'm talking to you and he hears me. I don't know who he's talking to. I'm gone. That's it. I don't worry. So team, you want your team to lose? I don't give a fuck. Listen, happened to me back in but like '03, the season when the Bucks won their first Super Bowl. You know, everybody coming in, man. Y'all ain't gonna win. I know y'all got the number one defense, but the Raiders got the number one offense, and they got Jerry Rice. I'm a 49ers fan. Fam, he played for the Raiders now. I understand that shit. Are you you're a Jerry Rice fan? Cool. I like Jerry Rice. I love Jerry Rice. But today, we won like 55-26 or something, man. That number one defense in the league shut that number one on. We was linebackers scoring touchdowns and shit like that. Like, come on, man. I don't worry about that, bro. You know what I mean? You know, some people read the room and some people try to start the room. And those are people that's people that start the room. That's all it is.
Right there, my man. Now, ooh, you said it. You said it. I was not going to, but I'm glad you said it. That right there lies the problem. See, you can't impose who you want to be into the situation, right? You need to walk in and make sure it's okay. Hey, you can walk in the house and the person can tell you the dog don't bite.
Oh nah. Maybe. Oh nah. He got teeth. He bite.
Okay.
He bite his food. He not swallowing.
But you see how you got enough sense to walk into that room and make sure you keep an eye on that dog? And if that dog eventually shows you that they're a little friendly and then you get comfortable with that dog, now y'all have an understanding, you and the dog. But you don't come in that room and play with the dog. Come here, dog. And grab him. You don't do that.
Yeah, you don't do that.
Okay.
Listen, you remember we came up, we was taught not to touch dog heads.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And taught our dogs not to allow other people to touch their heads.
Yeah.
It was a common understanding.
I remember this bringing back to a story on time. I can't remember his name, man. D used to have an American Bulldog. So I'm at the crib one day, I'm over D crib, and I wasn't feeling good. I think I was getting the flu but didn't realize it. And then I fell asleep and I must have been breathing funny. And I woke up, he was this close to my face because he was checking on me. And when I opened my eyes, I said, man, get the fuck.
Wow.
When I said it, because it's a dog, P, right here, right? He right here. And he jumped back like, man, I'm checking on you, bro. I said, oh, man, come here, man. He came back and I rubbed him. But my point is, what I'm saying is, a dog can read the room and feel the energy in the room. Humans should be able to do it. That's all I'm saying. Read the room, man.
Read the room. You know what I'm saying? Understand where you at with it. You know what I mean? If you extend, and I ain't just talking about the Super Bowl party or whatever. I mean, that was what transpired recently. But you extend an invitation, you know what I mean? It's with the understanding that, it's about coming and like you said, the fellowship. You know what I mean? And fellowships are different. Like you said, E, you got to understand the people, right? Like, I don't crack. Anybody knows me, I don't crack jokes and all that kind of stuff. I ain't doing your mamas. I'm not doing none of that stuff. It's not what I do. So because of that, you can't turn around later on and be like, don't play with P, man, because, he going to be sensitive about it. I'm not saying nobody said that, but it's about understanding respect. It's like, nah, fam, that's just not what I do.
Yeah, about to say, everybody's not sensitive. Everybody just don't play. You know what I mean?
Right, because I've had more moments, bruh, where somebody has said something, and I've turned away and walked away, and they've made statements, what, his feelings is hurt or he's sensitive. No, it's just probably in the best interest that I walk away.
Right.
So it's never that I'm sensitive. I ain't sensitive at all. But it's a situation of, because it got to the point, bruh, where one of my wife's friends, our friends, came and was like, I think your husband is upset. Like almost like to tears upset. And it was funny because my wife said, I can guarantee you he's not there.
Yeah.
I know him. I ain't even got to go down there. He's not there. He's probably in a whole different mindset.
Right.
And so because of that, it's just like, read the room, fam. You know what I mean? And that's why I said I had to, when I see those people, I'm going to acknowledge them and I want to let them know that what you saw is not a common practice for me. And that's that. But I ain't going to spend no much time there. But that's what I wanted to say on that. Like I said, I don't know. You know what I mean? I learned some valuable things. As far as being in a situation and control of my own responses, my actions, and the ways that I feel about things, you got to have foresight.
Right.
You got to have foresight. You know what I mean? but it's something that you know came out of it. And like I said, whether it was in the social media world, and mind you, I got love for everybody. Ain't no love lost in none of that situation, at all. But in the same
Mm-hmm.
token, it's like when you know a person and you know enough, sometimes how you can come away like, wow, it's a little bit different. But like I said, man, the social media element of things, Saladin, shout out to you once again, brother. He said something that made all the sense in the world. He said, P, I just think that you just kind of got in line with some of the other people who do kind of maneuver in that realm. But even like I said, with the videos Z that I was making, bruh, I was never trash talking nobody or whatever. I was talking about how good the Eagles had did. Oh,
Strip
we'll be
clubs and
playing next
dollar
week.
bills.
Still got my money. Right. So I was doing those kind of things. But
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. It's behind us now. Once again, shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. I think we'll be back, man. I think we'll be back. I know that I like our young quarterback, historical moment and all those things. I think it was a great thing.
I think y'all can get back, but I think it's gonna be very difficult because what I'm gonna say is this, just to touch on the game. That wasn't field play. That was the battle of the minds, and Andy Reid had the sharper mind. Um, I wouldn't say that the Eagles pretty much got outplayed, but in a chess game like that, they got outcoached. And I say that because the last two touchdowns that Kansas City got, had Andy Reid been still coaching the Eagles, they wouldn't have got. They were the exact same play the other way. That wouldn't have happened. In my opinion, that's what the difference was in the game. Sirianni's in his second year as a head coach.
Right.
And hats off to him because him and his staff did a great job this season. They gave us a beautiful thing to watch. But so did Andy Reid. It was sort of like when Kansas City played Tampa. Brady versus, we never had it on this stage, Brady versus Mahomes, because they was always in the AFC together. It was like Brady was, I'm the teacher, here's the student. You see what I'm saying? So it was kind of like that. We see the potential that Sirianni has as a head coach. I love the fact that he's gutsy and he likes to go. Like I was at Goose Crib watching the game and I had everybody laughing because Sirianni is the same age as me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I said he definitely played Madden coming up because he never punts.
Never punts.
You know what I mean? He never punts. He's a Madden guy.
And we know what 4th and 1 is.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, I bench 600 pounds.
Yeah, I bench 600 pounds.
I squat.
I squat 600 pounds. Yeah. Jalen Hurts, I squat 600 pounds. But I'm going to say the out-coach situation only because those two plays. The first time, okay. But to get me in the very next possession, the same play the opposite way, Andy Reid would have been like, ho, he's right. You get what I'm saying? Like, they lining up in that same thing. And then that's what I seen a Eagles fan say. He said, my man Cutlass, shout out to DJ Cutlass, he was like, man, the old dog, man, he still had tricks. He was like, he same play. You know what I mean? The opposite way. And I applaud him. We all know that Andy Reid is they talk about Belichick all the time because he wins so much in the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. But when you look at that list of great coaches, Andy Reid's right there. He's right there. Yeah. Look what he did with the Eagles and look what he did with Kansas City. He's right there. If you sit back and think about everything, he took the Eagles to 4 consecutive NFC Championship games and 1 Super Bowl. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he took Kansas City to 4 consecutive AFC Championship games and 3 Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So you got to sit back and look at the fact that how far he's still working in January every year.
There you go.
He's still working in January.
There you go.
His off season don't start until February, whether he's playing in the bowl or not.
Right.
And when you get into a close game with Andy Reid, like remember he was the coach that used to come up short. He's no longer that guy because your job is to get better at things. You know what I mean? Later.
Yeah, he's progressed.
He's progressed.
Definitely.
Yes. So I believe that the Eagles will have a chance to can go back. I do think they need to come with some different schemes, only because I guarantee you the whole NFC is going to watch all Eagles film. It happens every year when you have an offense that has that great of success, because y'all almost got a scheme that's unbeatable. It's a defensive coordinator somewhere that's watching that to do it. You know what I mean? First of all, you sit back and think about two things, and I'm gonna say this because I don't know if we're gonna get into this or that or would you rather, but two games. You gotta realize Jalen Hurts only lost 2 games this whole season, right? You can't beat the Eagles if Jalen has the ball in his hand. That's it. If you look at against the Redskins, they dominated in the time of possession. And if you look at the Super Bowl, Kansas City did better in the second half with time of possession. The Eagles dominated the first half. Second half, Kansas City dominated. What was his name? Pancho, the running back dude?
No, Pacheco.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like he had a great game. He kept it going. They didn't throw much until they got to the short yardage situations.
Right. Well, smart. Like you said with Andy and his adjustments.
Right.
And then also, they won a turnover battle 1-1. You got to figure they don't return that. They don't return that fumble for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Maybe the game plan is different. That 3rd and 6.
Right.
I mean that 3rd and 1. That 3rd and 1. Right. Where there was an actual false start that pushed them back to 3rd and 6. Right. That's the play.
Right.
You realize that's the play when the fumble happens.
Yeah. Well, I know. What basically what we saying is, if that 3rd and 1 never would have been 3rd and 6, it would have been Jalen Hurts. I squat 600 pounds. It wouldn't have been a fumble right there.
Very much so.
At
least in my heart, that's what I believe. Right?
That's what I believe as well. You see what I'm saying?
But I agree with what you're saying though about Andy overcoming and progressing over the years after being in those situations, coming up short. He learned. And he made those adjustments. And he happens to have a very talented quarterback that makes that a lot easier for that learning curve as well.
But he's also almost like the quarterback whisperer. Because don't get it wrong, Mahomes is great. You know what I mean? But McNabb, when he has that type of quarterback he could work with, that's what I mean with Andy Reid. He knows his weapons. He knows, and we got to credit Eric Bieniemy. We have to credit him, as an offensive coordinator and everything, But the mastermind of Andy Reid cannot be overlooked. You know what I mean? Cannot.
Yeah, nah. And I just think that what you're going to see next year, too, is that one other piece before we move on to this or that. That one other piece that's going to make it a little challenging, in my opinion, is fighting the ghost of the season before.
Right.
That right there is a whole nother. That person ain't even on the field, but it's going to be carried on the field every game. Every game is going to be carried on the field. So if they can shake that early, I think that they can put themselves in a better position. Now, the great thing is they're young. The coach, we lost both of our coordinators today, the offense and defensive coordinator. So we don't know what the OC and the DC are going to look like right now. But so those schemes that they see and those things that they saw,
may be different.
They may be different anyway, just by default. But nonetheless, no need to hang their head. My Eagles, did a great job. And I think it's nowhere but up from here. But we're going to get into this or that this week, bro. We're going to definitely take it out with that.
Welcome to another episode of This or That, where P's going to ask me a series of questions. And he's either going to be this or it's going to be that. Let's get to it.
Welcome to another episode of this or that, like E said, and we're gonna get right into it, man. If you had to be, man, would you rather be stuck on an island alone for 1 year
Mm.
or lost in the deep, deep woods with barely any sunlight?
Castaway. How long was I lost for though?
In the
In the
woods?
woods, yeah.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's probably the same amount of time,
Oh
bro.
yeah,
It don't go that deep.
yeah. Castaway on the island. I got food.
You're gonna have to feed yourself. It ain't like there's no refrigerator or nothing on the island. I mean, you're gonna have to,
Huh?
you're gonna have to do what he did in Castaway.
Question for you. How the fuck did I get out there? Come on now,
I don't
like
know.
I mean, I don't even. You know how you
How
say
you
read the room? I don't even play
yeah.
like that.
How you
To
get in
be.
the woods? How you
I'm
get in
just
the woods? How you get in there?
no.
You
That's
know
what I'm
what I'm
saying.
saying?
How I get to any of them? Like that's my.
It
I
was a
don't play
it was
like
a
that. I ain't a
cruise ship.
hunter.
It was a cruise ship, bruh. And you overslept. You got off, got on one of the things, you nodded off, and the cruise ship left.
I don't get off the cruise.
All right. Okay, well, there you go. Then you ain't
Uh-huh.
gonna worry about being in that position.
Yeah,
Okay. I don't know if I would say what's better, but this is how the question starts off.
yeah.
Okay.
Starting to wonder
What's
about these people who make these calls, these questions. Go ahead. Let's go.
okay? I don't know it. What's better? Being locked up in a room with no cable, phone, and internet, or stuck on a tarmac in a plane full of people for 24 hours without any food?
So you saying being locked in a
What's
room
better? Being locked up in a room,
with no type of communication.
no cable, phone, and internet, or stuck on a tarmac in a plane full of 20 people for 24 hours
So
without any food?
so both of them 24 hours.
We're gonna go with that, bro. Like I really just be reading it to you. I
I
go
understand.
with
No,
that.
I'm
Yeah.
saying that, bruh. If somebody tell me I'm locked in a room and I ain't got no communication,
I know.
and
You
I'm
you
only no,
asked
no. I'm
me,
just saying
yeah.
I'm only locked in for an hour. I'm okay with that because I know I'm gonna get out. But I don't want to be locked anywhere and not be able to tell anybody that I'm locked. So I would go with the plane full of people
Okay, okay,
for the 24 hours and just I fast for that day. That's all.
okay. I mean, like I said, y'all, I just read the questions.
I get it, bro.
Yeah.
I understand what you're
All right.
saying. I'm just saying,
So
am I locked in here and it help? Like, if I like that, I don't know. You get what I'm saying? So,
yeah, me neither, brother. So
yeah.
whichever one you go with is cool. You lose all of your money this year, or you lose all of your memories, all the memories that you gained this year. Be colorblind or lose all sense of taste and smell.
I don't want to lose none of that shit. You know, I ain't messing with that question, man. I'm always gonna have one that I ain't got. You know, I guess I gotta take a shot. Like you want me to take a shot or something?
No, I don't want you to do that. Do you?
Yeah,
You
got a
need.
little
Come
yak
on.
left over here, so
Okay. Okay. You need to help. You need to help save the planet.
yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Did you give up toothpaste or your soap?
Damn, I can't afford to give up neither one of those. Um, well, my toothpaste is fluoride free, so I'm gonna give up toothpaste if I gotta pick one. I'm just gonna eat peppermints all the time and go to the dentist every week.
Okay. Got a plan. At least you got a plan. Be 90 years old your entire life or 7 years old.
Mm, yo, 7 or 90 your entire life.
Yep.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with 7. Um, because I know what it feels like to be 7. I don't know what it feels like to be 90. And 7 wasn't bad, man. I remember I got my first. That's the birthday I got my first radio that I was able to walk down the street with and play loud music. So I can be 7. You know.
Okay. Given a choice, would you rather eat the mystery piece of food in the office refrigerator or clean the men's bathroom?
I clean the bathroom. Not eating mystery shit. Cause see, when I clean the bathroom, I have gloves on. You know what I mean? And the soap and everything. You know. That's it.
Okay. Would you rather work 12 hours a day and have a 4-day work week or your normal business hours, normal business schedule with weekends off?
I'm sorry. Read the question again. Shout out to DJ Fred. I see you, Fred.
What's happening, good brother? Would you rather work 12 hours a day and have a 4-day work week, I'm sorry, or your normal business schedule with weekends off?
Oh, you said 10-hour days, 4 day work week.
12, 12 hours,
12.
12-hour days, 4-day work week, or normal business hours with the
Oh,
weekends
give
off.
give me give me normal, cause that's you making me work an extra 8 hours. 12 times 4 is 48.
I mean, the choice is yours. That's what I'm saying. You can
Yeah,
give
and
it
I
this
just
or you
give
can
me
give
my
it that.
I'm not working no extra. Yeah, give me my normal 5 days. I work and I'm a 7 hour employee at my job, 35 hours a week. Not about to give me an extra 13, man. I ain't getting up for it.
I mean, they ain't saying you was working for free. I mean, you know.
Yeah, nah,
I mean,
unless
you
I'm
made the
off,
decision.
unless I'm always off Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Well, that's the thing. Those are the 3 days.
Okay, I'll work it then.
It's the,
Expect me to start fading on Thursday though. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all.
like if you came in and you work, what's it, eight to what?
Nah,
8 to 8.
bro, I've done 7. I've done 7 to 7 a bunch of times.
That's
seven
what I'm
thirty to seven
saying.
thirty a bunch of times. Yeah,
Right. So if you work 8 to 8 Monday through Thursday, but you ain't got to be back in here to Monday.
yeah.
I don't know. Because
My
most of the
thing
things
is
that you
this.
probably do gonna shut down early anyway.
Listen, I'm a 35-hour week. They better off giving me 3 12s, and I actually work an extra hour. Let me work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'm off Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I will kill that every week. They'll get that from your boy if they want to do that. I give them that.
What's the day you said? What was it? What was the schedule?
I work right now. I work 35 hours a week. If they
Yeah.
turn around and give me 3 12s, which is 36 hours, and they let me work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm off every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they'll get that all day. Matter of fact, it's a country that did that. What they did was, I think it was a part of Mexico that did, or Colombia or something. They shorten the work week, but here's the trade for that. Retirement age went up to like 73.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
However, they said a lot of people. Now I already know what you about to say. You know, you don't have to wait till you get old to retire. You don't. It's because retirement's not an age. It's a dollar amount, honestly. But what they said was what they noticed in the country when they started doing that. People were living longer. People were actually living longer.
That makes sense though.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
That makes sense. That makes sense. You know what I mean? Take us out of it. Let's take us out of that.
Oh, we gonna come on. Yeah. Didn't know that was the final question. So we're gonna just bring it right on back. Let's go. Yeah, man, this has been episode Room 112, where the players dwell. Y'all thought we was gonna be coming here talking my love all day. What we learned today is Eagles still a good team.
Mm-hmm.
Andy Reid is a master. People ain't like Rihanna's performance.
No doubt.
And the most of all, read the room, man. Don't play with P, man. P don't like playing all the time, man. That shit together, man. Come on, man. I told you, I'm the guy. I'm the jokester. Cocaine Bear at a theater near you. That's all I'm going to say.
And I have to say, I got to keep it 100 with E.
Yeah.
Right after he said that last week, y'all.
You see the
So,
preview.
you know, so we all cut on the game to see LeBron go ahead and break the record.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Commercial came on.
Cocaine Bear.
I had to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
I had to hit him.
Tell me it don't look funny.
Oh, it looks hilarious.
Yeah.
But E, when I sent it to you,
Yeah.
I said, matter of fact, I know you was watching the same time I was watching. He was like, yeah, I know what he's about to text.
Yeah, exactly what I said. I said, it's coming. It's coming. I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just seen the preview for Cocaine Bear. I know.
Hey,
I
man.
told
Like E said though, man, we appreciate you guys rocking out with us each and every week, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all of those things. Like we tell you all the time, man, if you can't watch us and you're on the go and you need to listen to us, or you can't listen to us, we on all of your favorite podcast and streaming services. E, which ones are it again for audio again, bro?
audio. We're on
First off, when is it coming
Spotify.
out? When is it coming out on audio?
Okay,
Tell them the time.
every Thursday, 8 a.m., you can hear us on your audio, your favorite audio, whether it's Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Radio Public, Red Circle, iHeartRadio. That's a lot of people's favorite one. You know what I mean? And pretty much there's a couple other ones, but you can hear us. Those are a lot of ones you hear. You can hear us on those. And of course, this video again will premiere on our YouTube channel. The handle is The Porch, but you can search The Porch Podcast and you're gonna see us. As soon as you click on the channel, you're gonna hear the theme music come up. You know what I mean? And that's when you know you're there. That's when you know you're there. So shout out to y'all, man. Hey man, I love y'all. It's Love Day. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your Valentine's Day, man. We appreciate the love. Like I said, man, we look forward to seeing y'all next week, man. Y'all be good, man. For those who out there in social media world hating, maybe you want to stop.
Right. All right, cuz. I see you on there too, Maurice. I see you. Reese. All right, cuz. All right.
All right, Reese. We're going to holler, baby. Y'all be good. Peace, y'all.
Peace.